everyone, welcome back to the channel, The College Process. Once again, I'm Ed from Principia Prep, and today we're going to be going over, yes, there are additional college scholarships available when your student is in college. But before we start, if you are new to the channel and are looking for additional college content, please hit the subscription button down below. It will notify you when new videos do come out. As well as if you do enjoy today's video, please leave us a like, it does help the channel. As well as this year for the seniors, we're going to be doing once again the James Rousseau Memorial Scholarship, our organization's scholarship program that we give out to seniors every year graduating from high school, going off to college. So if you're looking for scholarship funds or if you're looking to help us with the scholarship program here, very simple. Down below in the description is the link for the James Rousseau Memorial Scholarship, explaining how the whole scholarship program works here for our organization. As well as also down below in the description is also our organization's Venmo, as well as our Buy Us a Coffee, if you want to help support the channel, allowing us to keep making these videos for you guys out there. And all that being said, let's jump right into today's video. Yes, there are additional college scholarships available when your student is in college. Now, obviously with college costs increasing year after year, and by the way, most college costs increase anywhere between 3 to 6%. Many families are wondering, what can we do to help mitigate these costs? Obviously looking for additional grants and scholarships. And many families are wondering, are there additional scholarships in college when my student has already started college? And the answer is yes. They're more limited than they are if your student's going into college from a high school senior into freshman year, but there are scholarships available. But before I get into the scholarship specifically here for students who are already in college looking for more scholarship funding, let me give you guys some basics, some understanding, I guess some foundation of how these things work. Right at the bat, when your student is going from senior year of high school into college, the admissions office handles all scholarship funding. That being typically the academic scholarships. So your student has a good GPA, good SAT scores, or some kind of mix of that combination, then the admissions office handles all those scholarship funds. Now, when your student is in college after the first semester, once they've started, the admissions office is essentially out of the mix completely. The people that handle scholarships at that point at the college are the financial aid office. So it kind of switches from the admissions office to the financial aid office. So something to know, think about as you're going through this process. Because of the fact that when you're in high school, there's really 3 different levels of scholarships out there. There's a local scholarships, which you can get from going to your guidance office. They'll basically every year provide a scholarship list of local scholarships from the PTA, the Elks Club, the local bank, so on and so forth. Those scholarships are typically off the table right now because your student is already in college and most of the scholarships will not apply to you. That being said, the other level of scholarships in high school are the college itself giving you scholarship money, and when you go off to college as a starting freshman, those are typically the highest scholarships available for your student. When your student is in college, if the school does have additional scholarships available, they're typically smaller in size as far as the amounts they give out, and they're also more difficult to get. And then the third level here is the private scholarships, so stuff you guys find online, which are fairly simple to find. We've actually had videos on these different scholarships before, but different scholarship sites I like are the ones right here on the side. You can see here, CapX is one I like, College Board, scholarships.com, Merit Aid. But if you want to go shopping around essentially for yourselves to figure out what scholarships are out there, these are the ones I like here. These are the ones that provide a lot of assistance, a lot of help. So that being said, as a high school senior going to freshman year, you have 3 resources. As a college student, you really only have 2 resources. And let me go over each one of them. Now, the first place you want to go is to the financial aid office. When you go to the financial aid office, what you want to ask is, I'm looking for scholarships for continuing students. What you're basically telling them by saying this statement is, I'm looking for scholarships you guys have available, not for incoming freshmen, but for students who are already in college. Now, when it comes to scholarships for continuing students, one of the first criteria, basically the number 1 criteria of all the scholarships available by the college are typically the GPA. Now, what you want to do, essentially almost what every student wants to do to make themselves eligible for any scholarships for continuing students at the college they're attending, is to have at least a 3.5 GPA or higher. Now, by getting a 3.5 or higher, you're technically making what's called the Dean's List. Now, the Dean's List, academically speaking, provides you with the highest level. If they do have scholarships there at the college for continuing students, it provides you the highest level availability to these scholarships. Most of these scholarships, by the way, are not technically provided by the college. Usually what happens is they're provided by alumni. So alumni basically give the college a ton of money and say to the college, please provide these scholarships to students based on this major, or this region, or this culture, or something in that realm. So basically, alumni chooses what their criteria are. So the reason you're going to the financial aid office right at the bat is, number 1, to figure out, are there any scholarships available for continuing students? Number 2, are there any scholarships available either from my program, or my background, or my GPA, etc. That way you can kind of get a quick overview of what's available and what's not. What you're going to find is, good, bad, or indifferent, since these scholarships are not that prevalent, what may happen is your major might not have a scholarship, but another major or your minor might have a scholarship available. So this is why you want to ask the financial aid office, and you want to do this, by the way, as early as possible. So right now, basically, as soon as you guys finish the fall semester of your freshman year, I'd go in there and ask right before school year starts. You can even call them or just walk into the office and ask them. I'm a continuing student. I have a 3.3 GPA or a 3.5 GPA, or I made the dean's list. Are there any scholarships out there for my major, or because I made the dean's list, so on and so forth. Your goal here is to figure out what other avenues can I utilize to increase the scholarship money I've already have, or get scholarship money I maybe didn't start with as a freshman student. Now, another thing to think about here, another little asterisk here basically, is the reason you want to go into the financial aid office and make sure you tell them you're a continuing student is because the schools, by the way, will not increase the scholarship you start off with at the college. Let me give you examples. This is what kind of tricks of parents and students all the time. If you're a student and you start off college and that college gave you a $10,000 scholarship as an example, okay? So they gave you $10,000 scholarship, and you go in there and ask them, can I get more scholarship money here? By saying that, they're basically going to say no to you because you're already a student at that school. If you go in there and say to them, I understand I already have a $10,000 scholarship. I'm a continuing student here at the university. I made the dean's list. This is my major. Are there any additional scholarships available through the college that I am eligible to apply for? That's the way you want to do it. Because of the fact that across the board, there are no colleges, once your student starts the school, that will increase the scholarship you guys started with. That means basically, I know it sounds kind of weird because you're wondering, well, if they gave me a $10,000 scholarship and any other scholarship, isn't the money coming from the same place as far as the school's endowment? And the answer is yes, unfortunately. But it's just the way the system of college financial aid works. So if you go in there asking for an additional increase to your scholarship, they're not going to do it because no college does it. Even if you make a 4-point GPA out of a 4.0 scale, they're still not going to increase your scholarship. What you're looking to do is, we have a scholarship in place. If we got one as a starting freshman, we're looking to add an additional scholarship that the school might have through a different source, i.e. the alumni. Okay, these are things to kind of think about, just giving you guys kind of baseline understanding of how the whole process works. Now that right there is number one resource if you're looking for continuing scholarships or additional scholarships as a continuing student in college. Now let's look at resource number two. Resource number two is exactly the same resources you had in high school as well. These are the online resources, the ones I showed you guys here before. These guys here are a lot more competitive, by the way, unfortunately. So your number one goal, right from the bat, go to the financial aid office and ask them any alumni-based scholarships, any scholarships for making the dean's list, any scholarships based on my GPA, so on and so forth, at this college. That's the better resource if it's available. Then you guys go online, start working on these guys here, because these guys here, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of students going on these websites here looking for additional scholarship help, which is not a bad thing. Obviously, someone's got to win them, but it's going to be a lot more competitive. And other than that, thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, we're going back to, I know I took a little bit of a break here for the holiday break here for December and Christmas. We're going back to every Friday. Any comments or questions you guys leave here on the channel, down below, any comments and questions you guys leave, I will be answering all your questions every Friday going forward in a format where I basically make a Zoom video and I load it up on Friday back onto YouTube here, answering all the questions you guys have. So the people who have left questions over the Christmas break, I will get to your questions. I will be answering all of them this Friday. That way everyone has the answers to all the questions you guys have out there. And all that being said, thank you for watching today's video. On the screen now is my contact information. If you do have any questions, any concerns, if you do need help, I do provide one-on-one assistance to families that need assistance with the college process. All you need to do is on the screen is my cell phone number. You can either email me or call me, or even send me a text message, which is actually the fastest way to reach me is text. And I can help you with the college process, whether it be financial aid or admissions. Other than that, thank you for watching today's video. Once again, my name is Ed from Principia Prep.